Okay, so on this problem, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the coefficients, which are a 1, and there is no cube term, so I need a placeholder. We're going to use a 0 for that placeholder. So 1 to 0. Then there's a second degree term, so that's going to be a minus 16. Then there's a 3, which is our linear term, and our 12, okay? And then I'm going to just make that divider there to help me do the division. And then the x plus 3, I want to rewrite, x plus 4, I want to rewrite it as x minus negative 4. Because what I want to use is a negative 4. So I'm going to bring down the 1, multiply the negative 4 and the 1, that gives me a negative 4. 0 plus negative 4 is a negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. So this is going to be a 0. Negative 4 times 0 is 0. 3 plus 0 is 3. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. My remainder is 0. So what that is telling me is that if I take x to the 4th power minus 16x squared plus 13x plus 12, and I divide it by x plus 4, I get 1x, this is this one here, to the third power. I've got to go down 1 power. I've got a negative 4x squared going down 1 power plus 0x 0x plus 3. And then the remainder is 0, so I don't have to worry about the 0 divided by x plus 4. And really what I want you to see, this is a slightly different result from what I noted in a previous video, is that if I take x to the 4th, whenever there is a 0, whenever there is a remainder of 0, I can take that equation or expression, and I am going to move this over here. And so what I end up with is this expression, which is x cubed minus 4x squared, and it's just plus 3. And this is just because of space, but it's going to be times x plus 4. So, I'll put a multiplication symbol there. That's not an x, it's a multiplication symbol. So maybe I'll put a little star. And so it's the idea that you can basically factor the original polynomial. Another just quick result that I highlighted in a previous video is that if I plug in a negative 4 in here, oops, there's nowhere to plug it in there, right? You're going to find out that I get a 0. So let me see if I can do that real quick here. Let's switch the colors. Let's do blue. So it's going to be negative 4 to the 4th power minus 16 times negative 4 to the 2nd power plus 3 to the negative 4 plus 12. And so let me work kind of backwards because I've got this big number I've got to work with. I've got a 12. I've got to add a negative 12 to it, so it's going to be 0. Negative 4 squared. If so, look, it turns out I did the quick check in my head. you get the same answer on those, which is, I believe it's 256. And so indeed you get a 0, which is the same as that 0. So there's a lot of information there. Rewind and rewatch the video. Hopefully you get all the pieces that I try to cover there.